Welcome to Get Cookin'. All right, let's do another take. Oh, okay. Now it's going testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. We are back. And this morning I put a bread dough. I made a bread in our super duper bread machine. And I'm going to make a pretzel bread. I like these, not in the shape of a pretzel. I'm just making pretzel bread buns. They can be used as hamburger buns. I will put I'll put the ingredients. Yeah, well, I always give you the recipe. You're not going to see me make this because it's already made. And you can certainly make it without a bread machine as well. But for pretzel bread, the fun part is what happens now. And it's like with bagels too. You have to boil your bread, and that's what makes it different. The difference with pretzel bread is you're boiling it in a pot of water, and to that pot of water I'm adding a 1/4 cup of baking soda. Look, I've got some more upstairs, but I am not running up there. I've been running, well, I don't know what I've been doing all morning, because all I know is I put this bread in this morning figuring I'd be back, and now it's already noon. So go figure. That should be enough. The baking. All right, this time my microphone is working, but what I can tell you is I must have been waving my hands in front of the camera. I'm gonna have to tell Coos to stop that function that it reads my hand signals, because I like talking with me hands. Anyway, I was saying that what makes a pretzel bread taste like a pretzel is boiling it in water with baking soda. Yes, not baking powder, baking soda. So I'm gonna just bring this to boil over here. I will put the cover on so it can boil faster. And the baking soda will obviously dissolve. Meanwhile, my fan is on today. You know this, it's been hot, but it hasn't been horribly hot. So I am going to hope the fan doesn't blow away my powder, my flour from my surface as I turn out my dough. And it is sticky. See, the bread machine has a setting that you just set it so it mixes only dough. It's also got a yogurt function, which I will try. Behind you, see that? 16 hours have passed behind you. I actually did that yesterday. I'm making my first ever coconut yogurt. So I am going to try that out. We gave up yogurt a long time. We don't miss it, but there are some recipes, and I think there's some times that you just, might want some yogurt. I didn't record that either because I'm in the real testing phase. Once I get it down, I'll let you know. But meanwhile, my oven is set for 200 degrees, preheating, and I've got this in my giant slug formation, and let me see if I can find my cutting tool. Yes, faster than yesterday or the day before. I don't know, time just goes so fast when I was making those tortillas. These are going to be buns, so I'm going to make them small buns. I'm thinking, but I mean, pretzel bread is just nice. I like pretzel bread. But I was thinking, and I'm just going to make them into a little, kind of fold them under so they become like round. That's what I decided I'm going to do. Hello, little round pretzel bread. Splotch. It's 12 o'clock. I don't know. We might just heat up some chicken nuggets and make like a chicken nugget bun. That would be really good. Fake chicken nuggets, of course. Otherwise, could make some of our famous mushrooms, you know, those oyster mushrooms. We've got some, and make like a sloppy Joe thing. I just kind of finished my breakfast, so I'm not that hungry, but Coos, because of being a diabetic, he has to be very careful with his blood sugar, and he found I am an English teacher, huh? He finds that eating at very set times helps regulate, and I can understand that. But you think I can do that all the time? No. In fact, I can't even tell you how many years I never had a fixed schedule ever, because I had 2 English schools, and I was certainly teaching, directing, doing everything for them, basically. Yes, cleaning, everything. And of course, we'd have classes over lunch and classes at dinner and classes in the morning, but there were gaps, you know, and it's nice. Well, for a long time, we had a class on Saturday. That was actually quite hard. But otherwise, Friday nights, nobody ever had a class. So, you know, you get a nice long weekend. But sometimes, I'm not missing that life of working in the morning, then at lunch, then at dinner, and then in the end, you really just did like 5 hours of teaching. But of course, I'm answering the phone, I'm doing da-da-da, I'm doing da-da-da. So it got to be, it was a lot of years of a lot of hours, that's for sure. And a lot of fun too. Yeah, my situation in Switzerland, I am looking for somebody to take over the school. Hopefully by the time you're watching this, because I know there's a big lag time, hopefully I will have found a solution, because I'm very clear that I cannot be over here in Thailand running a school. Plus, we will be opening eventually here. We do need to wait, so we're going to be on a little pause. But as you know, we're off to South Africa, and by the time you see this, we're probably back from South Africa, and who knows where we're off to next. All right, I made these into some nice little balls. These are what, 2, 4, 6, 8. I got 8. These 2 are very small. You know that game where you like put something under? Oh, which one? Anyway, they're gonna sit here a minute because my water is not boiling yet, but it's coming close. I'm going to give it a little mix anyway, because I see the baking soda stayed down at the bottom. Oh, there we go. Now it dissolved. It's going to boil soon. Plan is, and let me get my sheet ready, and I'll get back to you. What's that game that you hit moles? I think it's moles on the head. That's what I'm doing with my little buns, just for fun, tapping them on the head. So I just put a silicone mat on a cookie tray. I'm going to place it back here. I think I'm going to check my yogurt, just for fun. Oh yeah, something's happening with that yogurt. And the first time ever. Some of you have probably been making yogurt forever. I remember my dad would always make, because my dad, like Coos, eats granola in the morning with coconut milk and cut up vegetables. My dad used to, for years, just make this pile, and it was like a pile of oats, lots of nuts, seeds, Brewer's yeast, I don't know. He had all these potions, and he literally a mound, and then he'd take yogurt and that was his breakfast, and he went off to teach. He was a teacher in the Chicago public schools, and he said that would absolutely fuel him until lunch, where in America for lunch you usually just take a sandwich. It's light often. It's not like in Europe that they like to eat a hot, serious lunch, and then back for an early dinner. But he did that for years, and I even remember visiting him in Singapore, and he was carrying on with it. So he found to make his own yogurt was really easy. Of course, once you get the first batch down, you just save some of the past yogurt to use as a starter, and then it goes easy. So this twist is, of course, we have so many coconuts here, and I was able to buy one because it's really hard to open coconuts. Once the restaurant's open, we'll have a dedicated coconut smasher for fresh coconut water and even get the white part out. But I could buy the white coconut, the young white coconut with water, and I put that in the blender. It wasn't enough, so I mixed it with 2 coconut creams. That's what I'm trying back here. Oh, wow. Yeek. I don't know what this is. This is something. And when I go yauk, it was like foaming up, but I did put in probiotics, and the recipe I'm following, they said, you know what? Sometimes with the probiotics, you can have a weird flavor. This is not a yogurt video. I'm waiting for that water to boil. This has been on for 16 hours in the Instapot. And like I said, my bread machine has a yogurt setting too. So you know I'm going to be testing all that. But Instapot, you can make a giant amount. Should I try this? I did put some maple syrup in. Very coconutty, very coconutty. If you don't like coconuts, you ain't gonna like that. Not very sour, but it is getting thick. I think I'm gonna leave it for the whole, and it's bubbling in there. It's something really different. I wouldn't, my memory of yogurt isn't like this at all. It's not sour, but it's very creamy and very nice. I could see this being used for something quite nice. Oh, this is just on the verge of boiling. What I'm going to do is drop these lovely little round buns in the water, scoop them out. I'll do it one at a time so they don't stick together. They should get a bit wrinkly. And then put them on the pan, and then you only have to cook them for like 20 to 25 minutes if the oven's well heated. I've got it on the oven. We have kind of one that blows. If I put it on that setting, everything cooks so fast. So I just put it on the normal setting because I didn't want it to cook super fast. All right. I guess I'll pause just for a minute until it boils, because we don't have Coos down here telling you some horrifying story. So we'll just wait, and I'll show you how to plop these little guys in there. My other plan for this morning is I've got some really overripe bananas. Yesterday I was making, and I was exposing my new favorite gadget, but unfortunately, the microphone had died, so we had to scrap the whole thing. So I was using bananas for that, but I have 3 bananas left. I guess I didn't really realize they were down here, and they're really super ripe. So my next plan, apart from my nice buns, I got nice buns, is to make something with bananas. And what did I decide? Oh, I decided to make banana brownies. Yeah, why not? As soon as that boils, though, I will be back, and Coos will have to piece everything together. But while I'm waiting for it to boil, and I don't think pretzels and banana brownies go well together, so these will be 2 separate ones. Yeah. when you can make, you know, cooking is creative. You can, especially nowadays, because there's so many recipes available, you don't even have to buy the cookbooks. I mean, and the sky's the limit, and you can always experiment, which is the creative part. And I find it very enjoyable. I really do. And I think everyone can find it. I'm not saying, I know it takes time. It does take time. And when you're stressed with time, it's really hard to relax and cook. And I know a lot of people have to like do prep work, and I never could do that. I was just not good at prepping. I'll just have a bunch of dishes that I can throw together really quick. And I prefer that. Okay, let me get my ingredients out for this because I didn't know I was doing this. Funny, but I always find when you're waiting for water to boil, it just takes forever. Okay, well, I was here wrestling with a can of coconut oil that Coos bought. I couldn't figure out how to do the top of it, but I got it. Never had that one before. I'm putting in 3 tablespoons, is that correct? Yes, of oil. Obviously, that's instead of butter. I'm using coconut oil. A lot of recipes will tell you to use, what do they call it, raps oil? Is that what they call it, raps oil, colza? Sometimes I don't know which language I'm speaking. I really don't sometimes, with specific ingredients. With sentences, I know. Don't use that oil. Please don't use that oil. Just anything but that. There's even olive oil you can use. If it's a light flavored, you can use olive oil. This one's going to have a little bit of a coconut twist to it. I also need, and I'm going to put it on my scale here. This one's using sugar. I don't usually use sugar. I use maple syrup, dates, date sugar. Actually, I might, I left the spoon in there. It doesn't matter. I might, I need to change it to kilos. I love these weighing scales. I might use a bit of date sugar and a bit of coconut sugar. If a recipe calls for sugar, I will use coconut sugar, lower glycemic index, and just a lovely flavor. I'm going to mix this one with some date sugar just because I happen to have date sugar. I went to, on the way back, I stopped in Abu Dhabi and I bought some Al Baraka date sugar, date powder. So I'm going to use some of that. Something like this, and brownies must taste good. All right, so they're saying 175. That seems to be a lot. I'm not going to use that. Just definitely not, because there's already bananas. So how much am I going to put in? I'm going to put in probably, it looks like 50, and that's going to be way enough. I already know it's going to be enough. You see, so you know what? Make all recipes your own. And by doing that, I mean, my problem is I make so many different things, I forget what I did. And that's why Coos started this idea of recording. It was more for me when I hit something right. So I could, oh, that sprinkled up. And very tasty, but sprinkled up date powder at me. I'm coated with date powder. Come, baby, lick my face. I'll taste like dates. Anyway. So, I was explaining, just make things your own. That, I mean, unless, I don't know, don't be paranoid in the kitchen. If something doesn't work out, feed it to the dogs. Put it in the compost. Or find a way like that you can change it up, you know? Well, there you go. For us, that's already a lot of sugar. It's going to be enough. Next thing is some, no, see, not yet, but close. We need some kind of milk, and I know I've got some milk from yesterday, the soy milk, and I was looking in my fridge, and oh, here it is. Okay. I'm not a big fan of soy products. But I didn't feel like opening my little box of coconut cream. And I've got to use this up because when you make it fresh, it goes. So we're doing 3 tablespoons. of soy milk. So it is, you know. Of course, as many people have told me, when you have a recipe, you have to stick to the recipes, you have to weigh it, you have to blah, 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 blah. Well, you know what? I'll be developing the menu, but I'm not the one following the recipes. Somebody else can do that. I rarely, plus there's so many things to try. How can you keep making the same recipe? I'm always experimenting, and that's not just because of a restaurant, it's just because that's how I have fun. So yeah, easy to say when something's great, woohoo. When something's not great, woohoo. It's just a learning curve. That's true for so many things. We're so uptight, and it's from our school systems. We're so uptight to make mistakes. Mistakes are simply saying you're learning. Okay. 4 tablespoons peanut butter. And I told you the other day, I thought my peanut butter wasn't very nice. Ugh, oh well. And I don't have a microwave. It's saying to microwave it. You know, in Europe, they really don't eat much peanut butter at all. I mean, they don't use it. Yeah, maybe it was, I don't know. You know, I'm funny with peanut butter. I go through what I think you can call peanut butter phases. Like there's phases where I really like peanut butter, and there's phases that I really don't like peanut butter. But I was saying in America, peanut butter is in, oh my goodness, almost every recipe has peanut butter in it and peanuts in it, like dessert recipes. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, yes, people eat those for lunch a lot. And they still do, even, I mean, so peanut butter is a part of America's life, but in Europe, they only recently in Switzerland started selling tiny little things of peanut butter, really tiny. I mean, in America, you can get like gallons of peanut butter. And yeah, so, but they like hazelnuts, which for some Americans, that is an acquired taste because it's got a little, ooh, my water's boiling. It's got a little different flavor. I love hazelnuts. I love hazelnut vegan milk. Oh my goodness, hazelnut vegan milk is nice. Guess what? Sorry, coos. I'm going to cut this one and get to these buns because I need to get the buns in the oven. Stop. All right, it's bun bathing time. Let's bathe the bun in some hot water. Plop it in there. Woohoo! I think I'm going to put a little one in at the same time. I said I wouldn't, but I am. I can always keep them apart. Oh, they're staying apart by themselves. I will flip them over. They're just going to be in there for a few minutes. I wonder, should I show you? Why not? I wonder. Come and see the buns. Basically just like dumplings. Oh, which reminds me, I have a new dumpling recipe I want to try. I never really ate a lot of dumplings. I had some matzo balls when I was growing up, but not really no, matzo balls are dumplings. But I mean, it wasn't a regular thing. But I've got a recipe that just sounded really good with dumplings. All right, I flipped them over. I'll just let them go another little minute. And hope that I had enough of that baking soda. Nope, it's not boiling anymore, but that's okay. 1, singular sensation. 2, let's throw in another 2. Yeah, they're not big and they're not puffing up or anything, so there's enough room. Woo! The Brits have something they call hot cross buns, and they have a cross on them. We are going to cut a cross on ours. I need a very sharp tool to do that. And because they're pretzels, we should sprinkle a bit of salt on the top. I could even sprinkle a bit of sesame seeds just to be a little different. I'm looking around. Yeah, I've got some of that big grain salt. I did it once last time, I think I did, and to me it was too salty. So while those others are cooking, and I'm going to flip them over already, I don't think you can overcook these things. I don't know. But I'm going to cut these. Can you see me? Probably not, but I'll show you after. I'm going to just cut an X on the top of these. I am not, you know, everybody's different. I am certainly not that everything's got to be perfect and good looking. Never. For cooking, I want it to taste good. How it looks and how it comes out, I mean, it can't look disgusting. You don't want things to look disgusting, but some people just manage to make things perfect, but I think they dress that way too, and they're just got that. I mean, a lot of people are like that, which is fine. I admire that. I just can't do it. I mean, it would take too much effort. So, yeah, I'm not that make everything look perfect, like a French chef. A French chef. How many of you know Julia Childs? I do know about her because I remember in Chicago growing up, my dad would watch Channel 11, which was the public TV, and I know Julia Childs was on public TV doing her cooking shows. I don't think my mom really watched it because she was European. She was already cooking, very different than the Americans. But I do like the movies that have come out with her, and I think she's an extraordinary woman. And Kuz was just saying that, yes, I mean, yesterday's, I opened the oven and my glasses just got totally fogged up. And that was so funny when I watched it on the big screen. I forgot that it happened. And I just said, I don't know. I think because Julia, back in the day, there was no editing. She just did it live, I think. I don't think they edited. So she had like some really funny things that happened. Anyway, he was saying there was lots of similarities. Not that he knows Julia Childs very much. Evidently, her husband was a spy. But we're not saying there's any similarities. We're just saying that that's what Kuz told me. I didn't know that. So maybe he knows more about the husband than Julia. Her movie's very nice, and there's Julia or something like that, a movie about a woman who does a Julia recipe every day. I wouldn't want to do that. Her recipes, actually half of them I find like horrifying. I mean, I really don't want to chop that chicken and all of that. All right, so I've made these little nice crosses on here. Well, not on these. I'm going to do that. They are gooey. They are gooey. They are sticky. There is something called sticky buns too. I think that's sticky because of sugar. These are not sticky buns. All right, I'm turning this off. As soon as you cook down here, I always regret I didn't turn on the air con because it gets heated up so fast, and wow. Cook and have a sauna at the same time. That's what happens down here. Don't worry. In our restaurant, we have got a giant air con there. A lot of restaurants here don't. Maybe even some Thai people don't appreciate the air con, but it is more health. You don't want people sweating on your food. What is that called? See, when I'm cooking, I'm cooking and my brain kind of goes south, which is a good thing. I'm sprinkling some of this sugar, not sugar, it's salt. I wouldn't want to put sugar on here. I just sprinkled a tad. And I'm gonna pop it into the oven and let's see what happens. Come on, oven, open up all the way and get me even hotter. Here they are, woohoo! Before. And we'll see after in about 15 to 20 minutes. All right, back to that's gonna be the next one. All right, let's continue on with this. I'm gonna add in about a teaspoon of vanilla. Love that smell. Let me mix it in. Better to mix it in. And 90 grams. I'm throwing things around, aren't I? Yes, I am, because now I'm in a little bit of a rush. Lunch is around the corner. Kuz has got this fake ham. That's what he's going to have on his sandwich, and I'm just going to make a big, delicious salad. So I have to zero this out and do 90 grams. Let's do it. 80. Ooh. Yeah, that was a bit more. So I'll just put some back here. Scoop it off. Scoop it off. How much did I say? 90? Oh yeah, I scooped off way too much. There. That's better. We don't want it too floury. Turn that off. And pinch of salt. Let's pop it in there. Along with 3 tablespoons of cacao. How now, unsweetened cacao? Where is a tablespoon? Where is my tablespoon? Here. Mix this up. And what'll be nice is it can go right into the oven as soon as my delicious buns are done. All right, just gonna mix that up. There's nothing telling me no raising agent. Okay. Oh. Mix. That'll give you an arm workout and make you even warmer. They smell very good, these things. Wow. Do I feel like adding in some walnuts? You know what? I think I do. I haven't had walnuts in a while. Let me go find some. And the container, the brownie container. A bummer. I can't find my walnuts. So I have some slivered almonds instead. Those will be good. But I really wanted walnuts. Oh well. I did find my sunflower seeds. Yesterday we were making granola. I couldn't find it, but those I found in the oven. All right, now I'm gonna pour it into my brownie pan. Not a brownie container, it's a brownie pan. Let's get this in here. It does smell very good. You want to see this. This is exciting. Look at that. Yum. Yum. Oh, you know I got to get a different tool to get all of that out. And you know what the tool is going to be. A spatula. Get this off this wooden spoon. Will she lick it? That's the question. And you know what? I'm not going to. Can you believe it? So maybe I forgot an ingredient. You can always justify trying things because it's true. I'd know if I forgot an ingredient or, you know, we added way less sugar than the recipe that I'm looking at asked for. So maybe it's super bitter. If that's the case, that's the case. Can always make a sweet frosting for it if really it's too bitter. Okay, this is, I did not put any oil in this pan. Let's test it. It's supposed to be one of these non-stick wonderful things. Let's see if it's true. And want to see the funny part? I think I've used this once before. Only. I mean, this I bought here. This is not coming with. Okay, that's good enough. I will use my finger to get the last little bit out, and then, woohoo, look at that. I think that's what you do. Yep, squash it down. Ha! Isn't that cute? We'll tell you if it works. All right, that's ready. Should we check? Okay, we can't mix these, so stopping it. Okay, it is getting 12:45. Remember how I said Coos likes his lunch at certain times? I know he's going to be coming down and saying what's cooking. And, well, he's not going to get... Here he comes. What's cooking? Do I have to put a hot dog on? That's what he's going to ask. Oh, but my buns are not ready yet. No, they need another 10 minutes or so. These buns, I'm going to turn up that oven. Uh-oh, Cat's asking what's cooking. Okay, let me fill him in on the lunch plan. Let me get moving on a salad. And by the time I finish the salad, that'll be done. Bye. Okay, so Coos knows what he's doing up there, and I've got the hot cross buns. They're not hot cross buns. The pretzel buns are looking pretty good. Yes, they're done. All right, let's turn this oven off. And look how beautiful. They are beautiful. Beautiful. And oh, I'm not turning the oven off. Of course not, but I'm putting it back on oven setting 180, and putting this brownies in. Brownies are always kind of hard to judge when they're done because you don't really see it. All right, I didn't have time to do my salad, but I am doing that hyper speed salad. I don't know how that brownie is going to work because I'm going to go up and eat. We'll see how that timing works out. All right, I got to make a salad. Bye. Okay, I'm not putting microphone. I hope this works. This will be a test. I just wanted to show you. I left the brownies down there, and here they are. Let's see. The banana brownies, oh yeah, they come right out. That's good. Huh. I don't know. Let's try a little piece. Find out if they're good. I'm totally sweaty. I have to fix toilets right now. That's what I'm doing. Don't ask. Not bad. Not over the top delicious. That's why me finishing it up. I tell you what, did not need any more sugar. It's actually, for my taste, a little too sweet. People are crazy with sweet, man. And these are super sweet. I think it'll make a nice mix-in on my ice cream. Okay. Not bad, not good. What is really good is this pan. That is really fun. Mm.